The world and things in the world can seem very scary right now. Somehow we need to find peace. Maybe your relationships are struggling. Maybe you're struggling financially to make ends meet. Maybe the person you've loved for so long no longer feels the same. Maybe you can't find a job. Maybe you received devastating news from the doctor. When everything in the world seems against you, there is only one place you can turn. One who said he would be with you always. He is forever on your side and will always love you. In these times of uncertainty, there is a timeless source of reassurance and hope. You may be familiar with the book of Psalms. It contains a collection of poetic verses that expresses a wide range of human emotions, experiences, and spiritual reflections. Among these powerful psalms, Psalm 23 stands out as a cherished and deeply comforting passage. Written by David, the king of Israel, the psalm offers solace, guidance, and reassurance in times of uncertainty and distress. In this video, we will discover the rich symbolism and profound messages conveyed in Psalm 23, uncovering its timeless relevance and significance. Before getting deep into the depths of this psalm, it is essential to understand its context and structure. The 23rd psalm is attributed to King David, the renowned shepherd king of ancient Israel. The psalm is written in the form of a song or poem consisting of 6 verses that paint a vivid picture of God's care and provision. It takes the reader on a journey from the perspective of a sheep under the watchful care of its shepherd, emphasizing the themes of trust, guidance, and protection. Psalm 23 begins with the well-known declaration, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." This opening line encapsulates the core message of the psalm, a profound acknowledgement of God's intimate relationship with his people. By comparing God to a shepherd, David portrays a tender and compassionate figure who leads, nurtures, and protects his flock. The shepherd symbolizes guidance, provision, and a loving presence throughout life's trials and tribulations. The psalm continues by highlighting the shepherd's role in providing rest, restoration, and sustenance. The shepherd leads the sheep to green pastures and still waters, representing a place of safety, abundance, and tranquility. These images evoke a sense of peace, reinforcing the idea that God satisfies the deepest longings of his people. One of the most poignant and relatable aspects of Psalm 23 is the acknowledgement of life's hardships. The psalmist recognizes the reality of walking through the valley of the shadow of death. This valley symbolizes periods of darkness, uncertainty, and fear that we all experience at different points in our lives. However, the psalm reassures us that we need not fear, for the shepherd is with us. David draws on the shepherd's rod and staff as powerful metaphors for God's protection and guidance. The rod represents the shepherd's authority and ability to fend off predators, while the staff represents his loving guidance and correction. In this way, the psalm assures us that even in our darkest moments, God remains steadfast, guiding and protecting us through every trial and tribulation. The final verses of Psalm 23 paint a beautiful picture of God's provision and abundant blessings. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runs over. This verse illustrates God's abundant provision and blessings even in the face of adversity. The image of a table set in the presence of enemies demonstrates God's ability to protect his people and bless them despite the opposition they may face. The anointing with oil signifies the pouring out of God's blessings and favor. It reminds us that God's abundant goodness can overflow in our lives, bringing joy and fulfillment. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. The final verse encapsulates the psalmist's overarching message of trust and ultimate hope. It assures us that God's beloved children, goodness and mercy will accompany us throughout our lives. It offers the promise of eternal communion with God, where we will find everlasting refuge, peace, and fulfillment. Psalm 23 resonates deeply with the hearts of believers across generations and cultures. Its timeless and universal message of trust in God's loving care, protection, and provision transcends the boundaries of time and space. As we journey through life's various seasons, This psalm serves as a comforting reminder that we are never alone. Just as God lovingly tends to his flock, God, our shepherd, guides us, provides for us, and leads us to places of restoration, righteousness, and eternal dwelling. May we find solace, strength, and renewed trust in him as we meditate on the profound words of Psalm 23. But more importantly, may we find peace.